Oops. Come on. Stop it. Subhanallah. Let's see. Oh my God. You know what? Let's just turn it around because this is too much. You know what? Let's just turn it around because this is too much. Okay. All right. All right. That was a hustle. Good God. All right. So, hello. Welcome. If it's the first time you're watching, welcome. My name is Hidayah, and I am a certified life coach. I'm a feminine relationship coach. And today I want to talk about expectations and how they affect our lives and how they affect your femininity. Like the relationships that you build with the people in your life and how expectations affect them. So I want to start. I've written down a couple of things. It's like, oh, one page. I thought it was like 1.5 pages, but it's just one page. I want to start with a definition. Okay, so this is a definition. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So, beliefs or assumptions about how someone should behave, perform, or fulfill certain roles or responsibilities. They can encompass a wide range of areas, including relationships, work, and personal goals. And in that, I want to throw in parenting as well. So, society has so many expectations of us, especially culture as well. So I want to say that just like there's never been two snowflakes that are alike, there will never be another human being exactly like you. So it's unfair for you to expect other people to act like you would when they're not you. So you constantly, because let's see, the notes that I wrote down, there'll never be another human being that thinks and perceives things the way you do. Nobody's ever going to do the job the exact same way you do it. Nobody's ever going to think about something or look at something the exact way that you look at it. But when you expect people to look at to perceive things, to perceive life, to perceive relationships the way that you do, it has a couple of effects on you. So you end up comparing yourself to other people, which is unfair because you end up judging them. So, for example, if you're at work and there's a particular task assigned, if you expect somebody else, a co-worker, to complete that task the same way that you would complete it, and then they don't, you're going to be judging them. But remember that for them, that is how they want to do the task, and that is how they accomplish the task, and that's how they feel satisfied accomplishing the task. So they're not affected by you judging them, because many a times you're judging them in your head. And even if you judge them out loud, they would be confused. I would be confused if someone judged me because of the way that I do the job. Did I get the job done? Yes. Did I get it done your way? Probably not, because I'm not you. But then at the end of the day, this leaves you overthinking things. It leaves you perturbed. The more you judge people, the more uncomfortable you are, the more uncomfortable you make yourself. So that's one, you're constantly judging others, which leads to you being angry and resentful, because why wouldn't you do the job like this? Or like, why wouldn't you do this that way? So you're judging people and you're making yourself uncomfortable. You're constantly angry, and that only affects you. That does not affect any other person but you. You anticipate negative outcomes from particular situations, which shifts your energy. Therefore, you're like always definitely in a negative. You're always feeling negatively. You're always feeling negatively because you assume that because this person worked with me the other day and they didn't do the job the way I was doing them, and now I'm scheduled to work with them again. So you're already expecting negative. So by the time this person gets to you, you already assume, you've already encompassed the negative energy. You're like aroused, you're like exuding negativity. So, but the only person that's affected by this is you, because the other person is just coming to do their job. They're just coming to do their job. But then by the time they walk into the office, you're already angry. And guess who is affected negatively? You. And guess what? Nobody wants to work with you anymore. Nobody wants to be around you because you're always angry. They always feel judged by you. So they stay away from you. And because you're in that negative mindset all the time, your creativity is limited. Because now the only thing you're thinking about is how negatively this person is going to act, how this person is how you're already expecting for this to be a disappointment. And that brings me to my next point is, you're always going to be disappointed. You're always going to be disappointed because you're anticipating disappointment. And so you expect someone to put the spoon the way you would put it, and they don't. And now you're like, ugh, that's disappointing. But guess who it's affecting? It's affecting you. You don't have a sense of flexibility. You don't have a sense of creativity. You have expectations of people, and you want them to do that exact thing. You limit yourself so much. And something else that my next point would be, you lose trust in people. So because you expect everyone to be like you and they show up, they're not like you don't trust nobody. You can't survive as a feminine being without trust. Because without trust, you don't feel safe around anyone. So, in order for you to embrace your feminine, you need to feel safe. You need to be able to trust. Without trust, without feeling safe, your feminine energy flies out the window, flies out the doors, flies out of any open space. You're rigid. Your walls are up. Your feminine energy strives in safe environments. Feminine energy strives in feeling safe and feeling free. But when you have expectations of people, many a times you don't even communicate them. This makes you really uncomfortable. Nobody but you. As a parent, you expect your child to do this. You expect your child to do this. Remember, you might have children that are girls and boys. You expect a boy to act like the girl. You expect the girl to act like the boy. For the most part, most people expect boys to act like girls, but they're boys. So you expect your child to show up better than the neighbor's kid. That's a heavy load to put on your children. That's a heavy load to put on your children. So I want to say, okay, I want to talk about ways around and out of expectations. One way is self-reflection and adjustment. In that sense, when you find yourself always getting angry or getting really uncomfortable about other people, the people that you work with, your partner, your children, why is it you? Why are you the one that's always feeling this way? So by self-reflecting on yourself, you're going to figure out why it is that it's got to be you. For example, in your workplace, you find that your workmates do not have a problem working with this person, but you do. Or your workmates don't have a problem working with a couple of people, but you do. So why you? Reflect and adjust. Adjust to maybe practice acceptance. Accept the people that walk into your life the way they walk into your life. Accept your partner the way she has walked into your life, because first of all, you decided to be with this person. So accept them the way they are. If something that they're doing is not making you happy, communicate. And in the same token, when they do something that makes you happy, receive it with gratitude. Embrace uncertainty. Everything is not always going to be the way you want it to be. Everything is not always going to be the way you expect it to be. So are you the kind of person that's ready to embrace the things you're not certain about? Because life is never certain. Nothing in life is certain. Things change. Are you able to adjust to the change? Focus on communication. So most of the times when you have so many expectations of people, you don't even want to communicate with them because you expect them to know. So when someone walks into your life and they do something that you expected to be common sense, that you expected, they know that it should be done this way, and they don't do it that way, my suggestion would be communicate with them. Communicate with your partner how you like things to move, how you like to feel, communicate openly without judgment, without negative connotations. Cultivate mindfulness. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful, but be mindful of the people around you. Remember, they're human beings too. Remember that your attitude throws them off as well. Remember that when you show up to work thinking negatively, it throws off the people that you're working with. If you're angry because someone that you expected to do something a certain way doesn't do it a certain way, the whole vibe is thrown off. Now everyone has to be uncomfortable because you're angry because things didn't go your way. So be mindful of the people around you. Be mindful of your children. Be mindful of your partners. Because at the end of the day, we're human beings. We're social creatures. We're always going to be relating to other people. We're not loners. Even if you're an introvert, you're still going to socialize with people. Manage your assumptions. By manage your assumptions, I mean stop assuming. Stop assuming someone knows something because you know it. When you notice someone might not know something, maybe approach them and ask them about it. Cut the assumptions. Focus on gratitude. Be grateful for everything around you. When I say everything, I mean everything. When it comes to a relationship, be grateful for your partner. Be grateful you have a partner. Be grateful for all their positive characteristics. Be grateful for everything that they bring to the table that makes you smile before you judge them because of something you expected them to know and they didn't know. Be grateful for something they know and they express to you. Okay? Be realistic. People's capabilities, their circumstances, their limitations, their strengths, their weaknesses, they're very different. So when you're realistic, I'll give an example. When I'm working with people, I know what to expect from everyone. And I know that I'm using the word expectations, but I'm very good at studying people. I'm very good at taking in people the way they come to me. I'm very good at sitting in a corner and observing. I'm very observant and I'm very receiving. I receive everyone the way they come to me because I know that people have different characters. I know that people do things differently. So when I'm dealing with someone for the first time, be it a client or a workmate or a potential partner or my sisters, my brothers, my cousins, I receive everyone the exact same way. Not the exact same way. I'm sorry, scratch that. I receive everyone in their capacity. So when I'm working with people, I know their strengths and I bank on their strengths. I also realize their limitations because at the end of the day, we all have strengths and weaknesses. So I also realize their limitations and I bank on their strengths and I know not to demand too much from their weaknesses. If I know that there's something that I really need them to do, for example, if I'm their supervisor, if I know that there's something that they need to do, but I know that there's a bit of a limitation there, maybe because they're not as experienced in the area as yet, I'm very openly communicating with them my expectations of them and my preferences. Because if I'm supervising you, I have my preferences. If you're supervising me, you have your preferences. So be realistic with the people that you work with. You don't expect one person to be like the other person. And with that, when you are more, when you're more realistic and you're very receiving, you focus on communicating openly and, you know, cut out the assumptions. You're more present in your body. You're more, you know, present with your creativity, with your feminine energy. You're like more feminine. It's easier for you to smile and be happy. And the goal is to be happy. The goal is to be happy. When you're in a relationship, are you looking to win or are you looking to be happy? Because if you're looking to win, then you're having these all kinds of arguments because your expectations were not met. But your goal is happiness. Your goal is joy. Your goal is, you know, bombastic, romantic relationships and work relationships. And I want to be happy everywhere I go. I want to be happy everywhere I go, whether it's at work or at my home, especially in my house, especially in my home. And I want my children to be happy in their home as well. So this is my goal. And this was my message for today. I felt so good about myself today. So I came online. I know it's been a while. If you like this message, share, comment, subscribe, ask me a question. I'll be very happy to answer. Bye. How do we end this?